Copyright free music. Good morning, Vietnam. Wait, no. Wrong place. There's more shooting happening here.
Huh?
There's more shootings that happen here than Vietnam. No, that's messed up. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I should probably get on sharing. Sorry, U.S. Army WTF moment shared something. I was like, what the fuck? Which I guess is the whole point of the page. I love them.
We got two. What's up?
Good morning.
We got one thumbs up.
Oh, we already got a thumb up. Who's thumbing us up?
One thumbs up. Thanks, Mr. McCurra.
All right. And look,
Yeah,
guys, I'm even doing the healthy thing today. I'm not drinking Red Bull. I'm drinking right now lemon juice, hydrating powder, water, a little bit of salt.
Hello, Mama. How you doing?
Mm.
I'm being Mickey today, so El Jefe, Vice Presidente.
I think you always end up being Mickey on our shows.
I like it because I can play with the.
Yeah, but we lost the cheat sheet as to which one does what.
I don't even know which one that was. So, what's up, everybody? We got 13 on, 12 on. Can we get 12 likes, please?
I'm being healthy.
So,
actually,
yeah, we got all the microphones going. We got 16 on.
Wife decided to she got tired of me procrastinating.
Mm-hmm.
She wants me to quit smoking so she can quit smoking.
Oh, yeah.
So she bought me one of those fume things.
Uh-huh.
It's literally just like a little canister that you suck air through, and it hits like this flavor thing. Yeah. So I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. I'm starting to drink water. I've been talking with a physical therapist about exercises to do with my back. Oh, there we go.
What's up? Hey, Miss Rogers. What's up, Miss Hunter?
Good morning.
What's up, everybody?
And don't forget Mike behind the camera.
Yeah, I'm behind the camera. I'm being Mickey again today.
Which is funny, right? You'd think that the uglier of the two should be off camera, but you know.
I am off camera.
Shit.
But yeah. So we got 20 people on. We can go ahead and jump into it.
Before we start, hey guys, start buying your Michael Clack for state rep merchandise.
Yeah.
And of course your Beautify merchandise for $8.10.
Yeah. So I don't know why I didn't have it. I gotta get the Cash App so we can. I go live
Cash App, you gotta get your Act Blue, you gotta get.
Well, I'll do the Cash. I don't want to put it up here because Mickey's like, don't put your Cash App up here. So I'll go live later on, or you can inbox me for it. So yeah.
You see, there's a way around that. I just paid Mickey for advertising space for your campaign. Oh. See?
What did we just do?
I don't know. My foot touched something, but
I did too, though.
It looks like we're good. We had a black screen of death for a minute.
Like, what did I just do? I don't want to do nothing.
Hey, Miss Rose.
Mickey is not here, and we just went through a whole episode before y'all just got on here, so it was like,
yeah, it was great. We turn it on. We turn on the camera. We're like, all right, cool. We got camera.
We ain't got no sound.
Why ain't audio working?
We don't have sound.
Receive campaign donations. Clack. I'll send.
Yeah,
something.
I'll go live, or you can inbox me. I don't want to stay on here just yet, so you know.
Make sure you add Mike Clack on Space. That way you can keep up with his campaign efforts.
Yep. So I also will be I'll be switching my my official school board page back over to my once it gets closer to, you know. So
yeah, put it up now. Do it tonight.
Well, that's what I did at first. Like I switched my state rep page over to the school board page because it was already a following. So, you know, so I'll just switch it back over once it gets closer. So
I don't let it get closer. I mean, we already know you're running for one thing, and people already know who Mike Clack is and how to get a hold of you and how to, you know, BMC about things that the school board does that maybe the school board is or is not doing.
Right.
You know, sometimes it might be the administration. Sometimes it might just be the kids. Sometimes it is a board. Sometimes it's, you know, one vote on the board, whatever. Anyway, people already know how to get at you to BMC. Yeah, so you can swap that over.
You can add me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. Also on TikTok.
He's a social butterfly.
I don't know. Like I've got a couple different pages because I've got like Facebook. I've got my photography page and I've got my T-shirt page or whatnot. I don't really do too much making shirts anymore. But on Instagram, I got the T-shirt and the professional page and I'm on LinkedIn too. So
I see men's everywhere.
Yeah, you can catch like all the serious stuff goes on LinkedIn. You might catch me cracking a joke or putting up some funny stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, like
LinkedIn is.
I don't even post on Facebook anymore. I just comment on videos. Like most of my bullshit is on Reddit, and anyone that knows Reddit knows that it's a bunch of people just like me, snarky attitudes that always want to be a smartass and looking for a fight. Like, perfect. Try to find you on YouTube. Do you have a YouTube?
I do have a YouTube, but I don't. I think I've got a few of our videos up, like some of the little
the B side,
the reels.
Yeah,
I did a couple of those. I think I've got me and my daughter up. There's not very many videos of me on YouTube, but I think it's under Inspired Media. That's my photography page.
There you go. Take a look for Inspired Media Group. Look for My Ugly Mug or Clack or one of the things we did.
Yeah,
and you can add them on there. And
a couple of me riding motorcycles on there, a couple shooting
Now
guns.
you just have to literally put yourself forward a checklist every night. Did I update campaign on Instagram, on Twitter, on?
That's the hard part. But so I just want to give everybody an update. We did just get back from New Orleans as the school board went to New Orleans for a National School Board Association conference.
I think I saw a part of a video of you walking down the street with a Coca-Cola in your hand.
Yeah, I'm about to post some more. That was Coca-Cola, and I had a lemonade too.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, that was the famous Bourbon Street. But yeah,
man visits Bourbon Street, doesn't drink bourbon.
Nope. But I had fun. I one of the keynote speakers was Ruby Bridges, the famous Ruby Bridges. It was just dope, just to hear her speak about her experience, integrating the schools and, doing all of that. They had some other performances. I went to a couple of classes or sessions, or not classes, but sessions. One being, I wanted to learn how to be more inclusive when it came to the LGBTQ, because it's a lot of different.
Like that hits me as crazy because on the Clubhouse, right? Mm-hmm. You and I were talking with a young man who's trying to be a gym teacher, and he had questions about that.
Oh yeah.
And you had some damn good advice for him. Mm-hmm. So like the fact that you're trying to find more ways kind of blows my mind. Like, just treat people with respect and like they're human.
But see, it's different when you're dealing with certain sexualities, because some of them you have to have, they're some of them are known as non-binary, or some of them, so you got to learn which pronoun to address them. Some people will get offended. So.
This is why I miss the old army, right? There were no pronouns. Everyone's pronoun was soldier and rank.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And if you mouthed off to the sergeant, the pronouns turn into was, were.
Right.
That's it.
Has been.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to,
Morning, Jessica.
I've had a few coworkers and even a few students that, identified as different, alternative sexuality. So with my old school ways and thought processes, I just wanted to feel like, get to know more about how we could be, as a district, more inclusive, even myself, more inclusive or more open-minded. And
I don't know, like, I'm still old school.
I am too.
So like how my kids' friends were introduced to me is how my mind sticks there, right?
Right.
So my youngest had this really great friend for a long while till they fell out. Kid turned out to be trans. In my head, that child is still male because that's how
you know.
That's how I was introduced.
Yeah.
It turned out, the child born female. In my head, still he. Like, I'm just old.
Right.
I'm just old. How you introduce yourself is how I remember.
Exactly. Now the crazy part about it is we have, like, I just think about my mom or my dad if they were still trying to teach, and some of the words that, or even some of the old school names that my grandmother would call a person with an alternative sexuality. It's like, do you know when you would go to jail for saying some of that stuff that y'all used to say?
Just log into an Xbox lobby on any game.
Oh yeah, no,
There's some 12-year-olds that are, yeah.
But that's the thing about when you play online. I'd be like, how do you know I'm black? Like, how do you know? Like, how do you know I'm black? Like, how could you call me an N-word on the internet? How do you? I haven't even said that.
Some guy dropped some racial slurs on me last night. Everything under the sun that is negative about Jewish folk.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Go on, buddy. I mean, have fun, I guess. Please don't do this in public because I would hate for you to hurt yourself.
Look, I could hear your black nostrils sucking up all the air.
Oh man, someone's been watching Boondocks.
But that's what it's like. How do you even know I'm black? I'm like my character. Well, it probably was black, but you can be anybody when you play a Call of Duty. You can be anybody. It's been a while since Dre has taken up all the white man's air.
Shit.
That's with the Uncle Ruckus.
I'm not even quoting shit from that show. There is not a single line I could say from that show that would not get me canceled today.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, no, they will call you an N-word in a minute online. Like it's like I didn't even say nothing.
Man,
like,
I joined this one Discord server, I want to say 2 months ago. First thing I see in there, racial slur. Right the hell out.
Yeah,
I messaged my friend that invited me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
She goes, oh, she's Spaniard.
Oh, wow.
Does that make a difference? Like, the fuck?
We heard your pictures.
Good God.
Oh, man. No, but yeah, they will get racist in a minute on the internet. But yeah,
oh, yeah.
But yeah, Ruby Bridges was dope. Like, that was, and then there was another keynote speaker. I forgot what his name was. It was Dr. somebody, but I read his bio and I didn't want to see him until he said, like in his bio, it said he had a PhD in being broke. I want to see if I can pull it up right now. I want to see if I can pull it up. I was like, man, I got a PhD in being broke too. Like, let me see. Hold on, let me see.
I'm sitting here like feeling pretty still like under 6 digits digits a year.
Right. That was Monday. Journal session of Richard. Okay.
Oh, there's someone with an actual PhD pulling in. What's up, Doc?
He says Richard Montanez has a PhD in being poor, hungry, and determined. His journey is one that everyone can relate to. It begins with feeling out of place and pain and afraid and vulnerable. It involved overcoming obstacles, confronting fear, and perseverance. Even as he's seeing success. So just with that first couple of, that first little sentence,
that's pretty grabbing.
Yeah, I want to go check him out. You know what I mean? He was pretty cool. It was everybody spoke to the same, but it was from different. You know what I mean? Like, so when somebody introduces, like in their bio, it says, "I got a PhD in being broke." It's like, well, shoot, who don't? like
that's like something I can immediately identify with.
Yeah, of course.
I remember I was talking with some of my Dutch friends this morning, and one was like, "Oh, I could drink you under the table." I'm like, dude, I spent 6 years active duty. I remember one time I got part of my bonus.
Mm-hmm.
I went out that night. I wake up the next morning, in some strange apartment.
Oh, wow.
Thankfully, it happened to be my best friend's apartment, but I've never been there. And B, my bank account at the beginning of the night started at $3,000.
Oh,
when I woke up, it was at 500.
Oh no, yeah.
And apparently, I didn't buy a single person a fucking shot. So.
Oh no, you bought somebody an apartment.
No. I think I put a couple of those waitresses through college.
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, it was Copperhead Road and Burlesque Night, so gotta love that bar. You know what? I think I'm going to go back one of these days just for the nostalgia, and maybe pick a fight with an Air Force cadet. They're Air Force. Their hands stay open and they flop about. We're fine. Shit.
That's Trevor saying that, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I watch Iron Eagle. I like Chappie.
Actually,
rest in peace, Chappie.
Actually, that character, based off of a aviator from World War II,
Mm-hmm.
He was a civilian, trained the Tuskegee Airmen, enlisted. The Army Air Corps at the time goes, no, you're too valuable because you're a great trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Stays in, goes to Korea, becomes a 2-time ace.
Oh wow.
And then pairs up with another guy with titanium fucking balls. And in Vietnam, they both take over a unit and they destroy half of Vietnam's MiG-21 air fleet in one fight without losing a single F-4 Phantom. Like,
Yeah.
that dude, awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, the second you said Chappie, I'm like,
no,
wait,
yeah,
that was the actual inspiration for the character's name. I'm like, I remember that.
Luke Gossett Jr. Rest in peace. Luke, he just passed away. That's also Fiddler from Roots, the Alex Haley version.
Yeah, wasn't he also in Predator? I know he is in some movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That Luke Gossett Jr. No, was that no, that was Danny Glover.
No. There's another movie with him and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Was that Tony?
You son of a bitch.
I forget his name.
Man, I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. Just to give a just to follow up a little bit and close out on the conference. Very informative. There were some kids that performed from Baton Rouge and New Orleans, and just the sessions. We learned a lot. And then after 4 o'clock, it was free to do whatever you wanted to do in the city of New Orleans in the Big Easy. So of course,
okay.
Who am I not to go out and see what Bourbon Street has to offer?
A Coca-Cola and a lemonade, apparently.
Who am I not to go and explore and try and find alligator bites and crawfish and
did you find some
shrimp
alligator
and grits?
bites?
And yeah, I had alligator bites, and I was so full I forgot to put them when I left. I forgot to put them in the box. But yeah, no, New Orleans is cool. I know.
Sarah, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah,
sorry.
Let's not. I don't even know what's going on with that, man. I'm glad I wasn't on. I had got jumped off because I'm not a witness to anything.
Man, nah.
Nothing.
My happy ass just got back from Walmart, plugged in my phone. I jump on the computer while I'm putting up groceries. I put on my headset. I hear that. I'm like,
yeah. No, I can't be subpoenaed because somebody called and told me about it. So that's hearsay. So whatever, I can't hold up in court.
I'm not going to be a resident of the state of Michigan much longer. So, no. Unless you're flying me. Like last time I was subpoenaed for any court cases, a murder trial in Colorado Springs when I was in Texas. They flew me up there at least. Oh, wow. And then they paid me for a day's lost wages, which like $80. That's what's
up. Yeah. So I fell asleep I was trying to listen to the city council meeting the other day. I fell asleep, I was trying my hardest, man. I really was. And then it's kind of hard to hear. I don't know how they put all that money into those chambers and didn't do anything with the acoustics in the room.
Man.
Especially with being in such an old building. It's all that concrete and metal that the sound is bouncing off of left and right. They should have put some sound padding around the room or something. Or at least some pictures on the walls to kind of...
You, Mickey, and myself set this place up, and our sound quality ain't too bad.
But then again, we have real microphones that are coming into a
true, but on the back end of that, you can still sound like shit in a room like this with all that if you don't do that.
Right.
And then you and Mickey were handicapped by working with an idiot like me when it comes.
What do you mean? You don't want to? What? You did most of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. This is my wall. I did this one over here. You did all of that one, and that's the one Mickey did.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, you guys are handicapped, right? So, I don't understand why city council can't be better in that area. Right? And it's crazy to me because, I'm partially deaf. Been blown up a few times. I kind of got a little cocky on Fob Blessing and stood next to the 155s, which, big ass projectiles, and they make a big boom. And oh, me being me. Instead of putting anything in my ears, I'm like, I pull string, and now my ears hurt for the rest of my life. So when city council sits there, right? I'm trying to read lips. I can't see faces 90% of the time, and then they're muttering like this, and the resolution to. Okay, now I can't see your lips, and you're talking into something, and you got baffling, like those crazy dividers around you that are sucking up sound. What's going on?
They should actually kind of help the sound a little bit, a little bit. But it's just once it gets out in those speakers, and once the speaker projects the sound out into the room, it's just bouncing off of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks because most of the people don't want to come down there. They want to watch it, and they can't hear.
In a post-COVID world, and mind you, I'm one of the guys that's not huge on the whole COVID thing, right? Like, I'll catch it and I don't care. It's a cold in my mind. So I understand, though, that a lot of people, it is a more serious disease to them. They don't want to catch it, and it kind of spreads like fucking wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
Public groups, public things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go. Got you. Understand. Stay home. Stay safe. Do what you do. Mm-hmm. So when the folks who have the most to gain or lose in their governance can't understand what the fuck is going on because the audio in chambers itself sucks. It doesn't matter what source you're using. Flint 360, 810, Paul's janky ass, the city's ass, fuck them all. Right? We can't hear.
But here's the thing. I don't understand. Okay, what I saw when I went the other day was Paul's got the tall microphone stand, right? And he's got a microphone, because I bought one. I forgot what it's called.
Like them boom mics?
It's not a boom mic.
Or a omnidirectional?
No, it's got it's a specific thing, man. And I'm gonna look and see if it's still in my Instagram.
Parabolic mic?
In my Amazon Prime thing, because I had bought one from the guitar shop. It was $400, and it's called oh my god! And I'm wondering if the buzzing noise was because it's called a Zoom H8 12-track portable recorder stereo microphone. Okay, that's what it is.
Okay. You blown my mind.
But it's just a more sophisticated microphone that you can record into that. So I'm wondering if he had that up in the light fixtures, if that's the noise that was going on, and if that was intentional to keep you from hearing what was going on.
I don't know. Like,
you know what I mean?
We all know Paul has a side. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if you're his friend or not. I've already received death threats for not liking him. My stance is my stance. Fuck Paul. He's been known to cut footage when certain things go a certain way. He's been known to
edit the audio,
cut the audio, or swipe a camera in on something that has no bearing on the meeting, but he thinks will get him likes, clicks, and views, and it takes heat off of other people. So that might be him. It might also just be he's picking up the feedback from the microphones. He might even be listening to an alternate dimension. With that entire setup, he might be talking with aliens in his car, and we just don't know about it.
Me personally, I don't have anything personal against Paul. I just think it's, I think it's like some.
He made me out to be a mass shooter. He can go fuck himself with the cactus.
Well, I will see. Then again, I forgot what he did to y'all, but I think it's just some slime ball stuff in the way to go about things. It's as soon as there's action coming, he comes sticking the camera in everybody's face.
Oh yeah.
I think that I just think that
And then he took a picture of my ass once. Granted, he was he was getting footage of Tanya and Mr. Mays. But my ass was right there, so I take grave offense to that.
Okay. But I just think that, it's like if you complain, or what is it? How do you do it? You complain about somebody else's footage and you get it taken down or whatnot.
Oh yeah. Copyright strikes or
if you do that,
community violations.
Yeah, like how do you? I don't know. Like that's just whack, man. It really is. But it is what it is. So,
like, it.
And that's another thing. Go ahead, Dylan, because I ain't want to cut you off, man. You were about to come up with something.
So it kills me, right? Monday, all they could talk about is 810.
Mm-hmm.
Every last bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to give shout outs to city council and particular wards 2, 3, 4, 7, and 9. Thank you guys very fucking much because you couldn't keep our name out your mouth. Morning Bump Tuesday morning, just the Facebook site, had over 200 viewers off the bat. Like, as soon as it turned on, over 200 viewers. So I have to say thank you very fucking much. We aren't even monetized, and you're making our lives better. We have people ordering merchandise because we aren't monetized. And while you're saying we're making money off of whatever's going on in the city, I want you to remember that that's all because of you. And once again, we aren't getting checks cut by Facebook or by YouTube. It's mainly people tuning in to see what the fuck you did. So the more you fuck up, the more we have views. You guys are wonderful. You're the best advertisement money didn't buy. Also, Eva, I have to thank you in particular, once again, because I read your post this morning and you had said that you only have a month left. And while it is a month late, it is the best birthday present I could ever ask for. I hope to never see you again. I hope every morning you wake up, step on a Lego, and bounce your knee into a coffee table.
Trevor said that.
I said that.
But no, I just what I wanted to say was I'm looking at when I was in DC in these chambers for the insurrection thing, and there was media all over the room. I mean, like there were people with cameras and cell phones like right up in Marjorie Taylor Greene's face. You know what I mean? Like they were walking around everywhere. So I'm not understanding, you know. And then their station was right there in the front. They had their section right over here in the front. And again, they had free reign to almost walk around. They weren't like up there, but they were like walking around taking pictures and recording. Like,
well, I mean, hell, as any sort of resident of the state of Michigan, go to the state legislature any day that they're having session on the floor. You can actually go up into the balcony, just as regular Joe, and watch the proceedings. And then you can look down and you'll see media lining the damned walls.
Yes, you will.
And you also see media while everyone's sitting in like that kind of horseshoe. At the inside of that horseshoe, you'll see media there. And we're talking
at the top
and down below.
Right.
Like up in their faces, like you're saying. You can go see this. State of Michigan, just hell, most states allow this. And this isn't just like credentialed CNN, MSNBC, ABC, whatever. This is local podcast groups.
Yeah.
Like even people who only pick up 15 views are allowed to go there and film. Now, Flint City Council is somehow super fucking special. They're trying to get things done, and they're trying to say, oh, it's for safety. Ain't no one tripped over a fucking tripod. Ain't no one tripped over a damn cord.
Here's the thing that, you know, and
I love that, Deborah. I love that. Flint is special.
I can understand because, you know, nobody likes when people are sitting here talking about you or critiquing you and, you know, talking crazy. Like nobody likes it. It happens to us all the time. But they sit right there in the front row. You know what I mean? Like Mickey and Winter sat in the second row. You know what I mean? Like what's his name from the East Village? Like he sits right in the front row. You know, Dylan from Channel 12, he sits in the second or third row. Like I mean from M Live. You know what I mean? Like we don't.
Here's the crazy thing, right? So they're saying that's disruptive. Problem is, what they're calling disruptive is mainly people talking back and forth amongst each other, pointing out certain things that are said or done, or asking each other for clarification based upon the discussion of the council at the time. They kind of have to do that, especially the way that council writes up all of its resolutions. It doesn't give you a straight roadmap as to how they're going to, you know, if this resolution passes, how they're going to accomplish this. It just says all things necessary. Necessary and proper, sorry. But that doesn't tell me shit.
But see, that's the part
that's why, you know, you and I will sit there and we'll be like, I'll be like, hey, Clack, what what the fuck's this mean? And you'll explain it to me.
No, but that's the part where I think that it falls back on on the legal opinion, because they have to, like, they're writing that stuff up, and it's like, okay, well, in my mind, it's like they're writing that stuff up to protect themselves, not for the benefit of. It's like, okay, through all things, what did you just say? How did
necessary and proper?
Necessary and proper. So it's like that's saying that we can do this, but we don't have to. I'm telling you that you have the opportunity that you can go and do whatever, but I'm not saying what you can't do. This is all things necessary and proper. So it's like, in my mind, that's the lawyer saying, I'm protecting myself, but I'm still giving a legal opinion. I'm still like adding my 2 cents to it.
And I got something for that Friday. I've been doing quite a bit of research. His legal opinions. All right. I'll preface it with this. Attorney Bill Kim has been to college for this chosen profession, has graduated, has passed the Michigan bar.
Then he went to another college and then went
to
law school.
Like he went through all the educational and then passed the bar and has worked in this field.
Yep.
I am a layman. I have very little college underneath my belt. I'm not a graduate. However, I'm seeing some of his arguments, some of his legal opinions, some of his, a myriad of things, and I'm poking holes in it like it's wet tissue paper. That's a problem. And he knows he's on shaky ground, right? He does. That's why he backs up and he kind of does the lawyer thing, the legal thing. He washes his hands of it after a certain point. So if something does proceed, it's like, not on me. He knows what's happening is wrong. It's just he's also collecting a paycheck. I don't know if I can fault the man for that. Like, that's supporting his family. At the same time, like, you have to have some standards, Bill. And
so I'm gonna set the record straight on something, because I know everybody was mad at Rich Jones and everybody.
I wasn't. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Because they took the picture of him playing the game. That was me.
What game?
Attorney Kim playing that video game on the, like, I took that picture.
Oh.
I was not trying to take a picture of him playing a video game, but I'm the one that took the picture, and I'm the one that, so that was me. Don't be mad at me. Don't be playing games on time, on meeting time.
Shit, I mean, what's his salary right now? 100K?
I don't know.
I believe it's something like 100K a year. And he gets paid to pander to, I'd say like man-child, but there's only one man up the, two men up the.
I'm not
adult childs. He gets paid to pander to adult childs and play games. And then periodically, when he's tired of sitting in his chair, he'll come over and talk to me, and we'll talk about some nerd shit. Like, on a personal level, he and I will talk about like Warhammer 40K and our favorite models and some of our recent games.
Were you at the meeting when he was reading the Cliff Note book?
It was cute.
That's just not the type of stuff that you expect to see from somebody that's, like, you just don't.
At the same time, he was trying to fill in the role of parliamentarian, and he's not a parliamentarian. And I asked him, like, hey, is there anyone running this? And he looks at me and goes, officially, the city of Flint does have that position. Unofficially, no one wants to work in this circus. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Like, so he's the most educated person in that room, and I am counting Liddell Lewis, because a PhD in whatever the fuck she's got a PhD in is about as great as me saying, I'm an expert shot. Like, yeah, it's a thing, but when you compare it to the whiter out there, it's not that great, right? And they're all relying on him to know Robert's Rules of Orders. Like, that's not part of law school.
No.
They really do need a parliamentarian.
Yeah, but they have classes. Like, I went to one when I was in New Orleans. Like, there are certain sessions that you can take to get, and you can tell, like, if you study parliamentary or Robert's Rules or whatever, however you want, but if you study that, and you can tell that some of the motions or some of the even some of the motions and some of the the privilege motions that are made out of context or made like you can't just yell out point of information and then grab the floor and you not ask a question. Your point of information has to be in a question form.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just grab the floor.
Jeopardy rules right there.
Right. So it was like I know when number 9 point made a not even wasn't a motion to call the question the other day. It's like you can't just call the question. You got to already have the floor. You know what I mean? Like there's certain rules that go within Robert's rule that you got to follow. You know what I mean? So Eric knew the rules, but even sometimes Eric was wrong too. But if they don't know the rules, how they gonna catch him? You know what I mean? Like he would do it. He would do it too. But if they don't know, they just put him out the whole meeting. But I just know that every chance I take a class on Robert's rule. Just because I want to know.
Yeah. I mean, you're in fields that require this. School board member, you're running for state rep. You kind of need to know them there, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, like this is just me being honest. Anytime government gets involved with something, they fuck it up so bad that it's unrecognizable. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure when I go visit Lansing and watch this, they're not going to be doing Robert's Rules of Order. No, they're probably going to be using something slightly different.
Well, no, they do, but they expect you to come in, but they give you some type of training, from what I understand, how to generally do whatever, but it's still, like it's a practice. You can't just, and that's why I don't think that, Leon, when he first came in, I might be dead 100% wrong. He might have known, but I don't think that he knew, what call for the question was. And, when they were talking about suspending Tanya for the 30 days or Councilman Burns for the 30 days, I necessarily think that he knew.
And I'm still pissed about that.
He might have. I could be wrong, but, I don't know.
Like, I'm pissed about her getting kicked off because, all right, a year ago, you can look at videos, mm-hmm. and I was sitting there saying Jerry Winfrey Carter is my council person because the border shift, right? Mm-hmm. Well, apparently, even though no one said a damn thing, mm-hmm. and the border shift happened right after their elections, mm-hmm. the border shift doesn't take place till 2026. So I'm still in Tanya's ward, mm-hmm. which means I have no voice in government right now. I have no representation.
I think that somebody should go down there and really, make a motion or basically make a suggestion, like for every time that y'all put somebody out of their seat, the residents of that ward should be exempt from paying taxes for that.
You know what? Amount of time. The taxes, nah. Well, let's hit them a little bit lower. They're talking about raising the water bill again. Fuck them.
But I ain't even said nothing about that. But I mean, the whole reason that we had an American Revolution.
Wow. Fuck, I fucked up. Yes, Wentus.
But part 2. Yeah, but part of the whole reason why we had an American Revolution was because of taxation without representation. Yeah. They were paying taxes and had no say in how anything or how the money was spent. And is that not what the same thing is going on 200, I don't know, a lot of years later?
200 and a lot of years later. And
1, 2, skip a few. But yeah, but like
if we go by years that the United States has not been in armed conflict, 12 years later.
Yeah. That's right, but that's why I don't, Miss Logan. That's why I don't think I don't think he knew what that meant. Now, that's why I said I could be dead wrong, but I personally think that they should not have to pay. When it's time to pay taxes, they should. All right, well, y'all didn't have a council person for 90 days, so let's just
no water bill for 90 days.
Yeah, no water bill for 90 days. It's something like you can't. That's not
there.
Fair.
There has to be a repercussion,
right? But it's not fair
because right now, as it is, the city and city council do not suffer any negative repercussions for suspending someone. None, except for maybe now a slightly higher chance that they won't make quorum. Mm-hmm. That's when they call Burger King and page Eva to get her ass up there. Okay, fine. That's it. There has to be something that makes them want to reevaluate the situation before they go through with the suspension. Mm-hmm. So if it's a loss in revenue, especially something like a water bill.
Mhm.
That is, from my household alone right now, $130 a month.
Mhm.
It's about to go up. I don't know by how much, but we'll go conservative here and say $150 a month.
Mhm.
So if they were to suspend my councilwoman, Tanya Burns, for 3 months, they're losing out on $450.
$50.
That's just from my house.
Right.
And you know what? If someone happens to be in the negative for that time frame, okay, we're just going to remove that much off of their water bill.
I, here's the thing, and I know, people are like, man, you on the school board, y'all stuff messed up over there, but we ain't putting people out. We
True
ain't cutting
enough.
people off when it's time to speak. We ain't limiting their time to speak. You know what I mean? Like, I like we're not doing that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like we're not caring about what's going on in the back of the, because we know people are talking about us. Like we're not worrying about, hey, what this? I know you laughing at us, or Trevor, I know you up there talking crazy about. Like we're not worried
true
about, and I'm
enough.
sorry to say your name like that, Winter, but I couldn't think of nobody else to be coming to our.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's best that you pick, in a way, coworkers to say that instead of just like Miss Overman there. Like, it's better that you talk, you use people you know as an example in that case.
But I can't even see, like, you can't. Okay, let me ask y'all this because I don't remember, but remember when Councilman Mays, and I don't want to just bring up negative, but remember the whole issue with him with the computers and the pawn shop thing?
See,
Remember
that's
that?
before I started paying attention. I did read about it, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Okay, did he get suspended from council for
No.
that? Right. Remember when Councilman Mays had the whole debacle with the highway with the flat tires and stuff like that? I'm trying not to be as negative and put negative stuff.
I don't even know about that. So
Okay, did he get suspended from council for that?
no, I think the only time he was suspended from council was last year in the summer in the dome, and then right before he passed.
Right. So how can you be suspended for something that you didn't even do? How can Councilman Mays? Now I'm just bringing him up as an example, but how can he be suspended for something that his brother, who's on the Beecher Board of Education, did? How can he be suspended for that?
Oh, I'm still
How
tripping balls that they
that?
wrote up Dennis for what Don said.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm just saying Councilman Mays because he was the one that they suspended and wanted to get out of there. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm using him as the example. But if he did all these other things, this controversial things over the years that we know or allegedly, you know what I mean? How was it that he didn't get suspended for none of that? But he gets suspended for that. He didn't even make the T-shirts. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like. That's why I'm saying, how can Dennis get in trouble for what Don did?
Man, that just blows my fucking mind, right? Like, if someone came up to me and tried, talking down to than Kevin Roy did, mm-hmm. Number one, I'm gonna laugh at you. Number two, I'm probably gonna fight you. And then number three, I'm calling Kevin Roy to come fight you.
What if I got in trouble? Like, remember your sister beat up that girl? Like your sister beat up that girl. It's like, oh,
that's so when you look at him and you go, "Don't make me call my sister."
Like, yeah, I mean, like, I like my sister be on here, and it's like sometimes, I'm like weird, I got a sister. I'm just gonna say that. But it's just the thing. Like, how can one be even for social media? If no one was on social media threaten anybody's life or threaten anybody's kids or family or livelihood, how can they be suspended for that? That is and then to be up there talking about social media and taking that much time of the public's time talking about, well, you said this on this, you said that. This, you said like that. To me, it's like, what we wasting time. We're wasting time. If y'all didn't, and this is my thing, if y'all didn't do anything for 810 to report on that was controversial, then there wouldn't be 3,000 people watching with us every morning.
As Ms. Jessica said this morning, and I love her. I love when she calls in. Right? She clear, consistent points. Yes, she goes off on tangents, but she always finds her way back to the road.
Marie.
Yes, she she always finds herself in the weeds, and she comes on back to on point. I love her. Mm-hmm. She said 810's viewers are also council's viewers. Mm-hmm. That's 100% true. Mm-hmm. Because if council wasn't a fucking three-ring circus, mm-hmm. wasn't a freak show, no one would be interested.
I was hypothetically speaking, Chris. I wouldn't really need it. We're hoping to get to 3,000.
I don't know. Like,
Personally.
I'm gonna pop on when I get home, but when she starts off on the YouTube or the face space side with 200 viewers,
yeah, it's gonna get up there.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that might be our highest viewed show.
But what I want to say before we get out of here is that Flint is not alone when it comes to school board issues,
Yeah.
city council issues. I was talking to some people.
Look at Chicago lately.
Yeah.
Like Chicago's been having some rough issues.
Right. And Dalton, Illinois.
Yeah.
But I was talking to some people about New Orleans and their city council and their school board. And their mayor, she's almost as bad as, I forget her name, but it's all she's a black woman that she's kind of similar to what's going on in Dalton. Like she's not as much, but she has her own little issues, but their school board had issues, got a lot of issues, and it's not just us. It's public schools, inner city schools that are around the country that are not receiving equal funding, and you see it going on now at the federal level.
South side of Tucson is notoriously underfunded, and wouldn't you happen to know it? Being on the south side of Tucson, A, closer to the border, B, disproportionately higher Hispanic population. Well, Hispanic and African American. Whereas you go up to the north side of Tucson, it's like a snowfield up there, man.
Yeah.
And this isn't like southern Arizona.
Right.
Now that's where all the snowbirds want to go.
Yeah, right.
No, like, maybe when grandma and grandpa take up the kids for a short while, they need to go to a school, and that school has to be super well funded. You're right. It isn't just Flint.
No.
It is cities, period.
And then you can't stop with cities. They're underfunding historically black colleges and universities too, because Tennessee is going through some stuff now where they're trying to I don't know if they did or they're trying to reissue or reseat their members on their board, and there's somewhere like $600 some odd million that they were supposed to receive that they haven't received. So it's not just the inner city school districts. It's the HBCUs and everything that's supposed to go to minorities, so to speak.
Yeah, right. Like, and then you look at God. Let me think of just some fucking white trash middle of nowhere. You'll see like the part of town in, say, Mobile, Alabama, right? That has more trailer parks per se.
Same thing.
Fucking funded into the dirt, while this side of town that has not just brick houses and nice foundations and stilted up a little bit because flood zone or tornado or whatever, funded to the gills. It's the dumb or the poor get dumber.
Yeah, and I hate to say just black, but it's not. It is. They want us to put it on race, but it's more classism and socioeconomic and all of that. It's if you got the green, then you can hang. Then you can be down with us. But if you ain't got the green, and then the hell with you and what you got going on.
Yeah, like the buy-in is, can you afford to live in this part of town? And then follow up on that, does your personality happen to fit in? It is so clicky. Yeah, like, I'm not going to pay you attention at all if you can't even get here. And okay, now if I do pay attention, do you happen to fit my criteria of what I think a proper well-to-do person is? I tell you, I don't blend in with polite society too well.
But who are the people that determine who gets to sit at them? Because if you look at what they do, their dirt affects more people. You know what I mean? Like they do dirt that hurt a lot of people. So it's like, how do you determine who's the person that says, yeah, you're in the upper echelon? Because a lot of 9 times out of 10, you had to mess over some people to get there.
Oh yeah, like I'm looking at as Chris Caleb just asked, where I'm moving into Texas, right? And I just posted it. I'm looking at around DeBerry, Carthage, or around San Antonio. Ease of wife getting a new job, the same thing. San Antonio, I am very sketch on, because looking at the house prices around there, like, yeah, I can afford it. Yeah, I can afford a higher end of it. Um, but like so many of the houses around me, of the areas I'm looking, are say 175K.
Mhm.
Well, the ones that I particularly want, so between 5 to 10 acres, uh, 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms at very least,
Mhm.
uh, probably looking at about between 300 and 400,000.
Mhm.
Okay, I can afford that. I'm just worried what type of attention that draws to me because I don't want these upper crowds that have stepped on people to get where they're at. Whereas, like, mine comes from a past of hard work, busting myself up. Where some of these folks that would, see someone moving into this house, which means they must be affluent or whatever, they haven't worked a day in their lives. They either inherited money or they stole money or they exploited for money, and now they think they're king or queen shit of crap mountain. That fucking terrifies me. I don't want those people around me. I don't want those people around my wife, around my kids. Hell, I don't even want them around my dogs.
Well, there's still poor people that still feel like that. So
True
you know what I
enough.
mean? Like,
But like, I don't I don't want, and take this as a shot, I don't want Neelys trying to be my friend.
well,
And
I'm not gonna say what I was just about to say.
that's the thing, like, if they know absolutely nothing about me, then they might think that I'm the type of person that would get along to, go along to get along
Tell them what I
until they actually speak to me. And then I've probably just made an enemy again.
tell them what I tell them.
What's that?
I am an African prince.
Shit. You know what?
I'm just playing.
No, you know what? I've got it. I know how we're funding your campaign. Hey, this guy, he really hooked me up with a lot of money. Yeah. Here, talk to him. He's a prince from somewhere overseas.
I am.
Give me your bank account information. I triple it.
Man, I just said that because our Uber driver was a prince. I'm like, man, you over here driving Uber, man. What you mean? What prince? That's
Like,
funny.
no, I just thought that would be fucking hilarious. But no, like, they're gonna learn real quick. Fucking, I'm a libertarian through and through.
Mhm,
Leave me alone. I'll leave you the hell alone. Don't invite me to your garden party
mhm.
because I'm gonna show up in basically what I'm wearing now. And while you're all sipping on margaritas or mai tais, I'm gonna ask where the Budweiser is. I'm not. There we go, Chris. Thank you. He says I'm gonna blend in just fine with the folks up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, down there. Ooh-wee, I tell you what.
Hey, I've been forgetting to put the. But yeah. Um. What did I want to say?
Mm-mm.
Shout out to Trevor for wearing the hoodie, man. Like, yes, I am running for state representative. I would love for all 46 of you all to support me. I know you all can't vote for me, but I'd love for your support.
Michigan does allow for out of state contributions to campaigns. You just have to follow the guidelines and make sure you fill out all the nice little spaces such as your name, your other name, where you live, where you work, and how much you're giving, as long as it's below a certain threshold, which I believe for this race is below $1,200.
Right. Then you can donate to Cash App at less than $20. Is it less than $20 without having all that information?
Yes.
Yeah. So anything over 20, which would go on hopefully the Act Blue, and you would be able to fill that information out.
And Act Blue, just like the Republican one that I used, when red, I think, I don't know. Anyway, when you go on to that, it has all those fields for you, and you don't even have to worry about it. It's like, oh, you're doing it for a race in Michigan. Please fill out all this information. Good to go.
So I won't put it in the chat. I'll just say it. That my Cash App is $ Mike Clack 810, or you can just search for me, Michael Clack. So sorry, Mickey man.
Nah, I'll just slip him some cash for some advertising space.
Yeah, no, I'm getting everything like that, but just for those that did not want to give more than 20, you know, you
Mhm.
can definitely do Cash App. But if you wanted to do that, then just hold on a couple days so I can finish with the Act Blue, and then we'll go from there. So technically, the filing date is April 23rd. So I still got a couple of weeks to, you know what I mean, to get on. But definitely, one way or another, I'm gonna be on that ballot. So
Mhm.
hopefully, one way or another, I'm gonna be our voice. We gonna be the voice to go down to Lansing because I'm taking everybody with me, not just for swearing in. I'm talking about for the whole entire 2 years that elected. I'm gonna have people there. Like I just can't see myself doing it alone. And you know, I'd like to have kids taking field trips up to see how government works. You know, I'd like to have, you know, seniors. I don't say old people, senior citizens coming up on buses. You know, like just the you know transparency, and this is how it goes. This is where I'm at. This is where we are. This is how the magic happens.
Right. And if you live in the area, and that doesn't just necessarily mean Flint, but within driving range,
Mm-hmm.
um, pretty sure get with Mike, and you're gonna be hitting the campaign trail and knocking on doors fairly
Oh
soon,
yeah,
right?
no, real soon. Like that's why I'm trying to get some money so we can, you know. But yeah, so once we're once especially after April 23rd hits, you know, we gonna be
Knocking the
full speed
doors.
ahead. Yep, with the minivan app. So we're just gonna be knocking on everybody's door, people that are more likely to support the movement. Um, but yeah, there's this. Yeah, we got a plan. We got all type of plans. Also, if you would like to uh, help out or volunteer, I know everybody hates the V word, volunteer, but of course we ain't got no money and we fighting the machine here. So you know, inbox me for details. You know, I can give you my phone number. But we need an army to beat this machine that we're about to go up against
Hmm.
because it's going to be a fight. You already see that I've been thrown in jail. You already see my first fundraiser. They came and impeded on my fundraiser. All the drama stuff that's been happening, or that has happened. So yeah, I don't
Like,
know. Anything else you want to say?
beware of Canadians. They recently dropped some gray wolves into Michigan because they said we had too high of a moose population. I take that as an act of war.
Oh, I can get the free food. Wait, they just dropped some wolves off on the.
Yeah, like airdropped them in the UP and through mid Michigan. They say we have too many moose. They have too many wolves, so they gave us some wolves to cut down on our moose.
Did we ask for some wolves?
I don't think so.
Like, do people eat wolf?
No,
But you can eat a moose.
but you can eat a moose.
So leave our stuff alone. Like,
Dude, Canadians are the original war criminals. The reason that the Geneva Conventions is so fucking long is because Canadians exist. When Great Britain decided that it was going to put certain people in certain places, they put the criminals in Australia. They put the future war criminals into Canada.
man, you look like this is serious business. Like, look,
This
look at
has been
Trevor's
fucking.
face.
This has been wearing on me for days. Canadians scare the ever living dog shit out of me.
Look at
Like
Trevor's
there,
face.
there are certain groups I will not fight. Seals within 15 miles of any water. I will not fight any god damn it, the Filipino scout rangers anywhere near woodlands or forest ever, or Canadians where there's a fucking trench line.
Hmm.
Anyone else in the world is free game. Spetsnaz, let's go. Army Rangers, let's play. Special Forces, all right. Hell, you know what? Dude who lives in caves and shoots at me from mountains, cool. I've been there. Let's do that. Canadians know if there's a trench line, because they throw food and then
But
when they
they
hear,
seem so nice.
yeah, you want to know why? Because they get all their war crimes out on the ice. It's called hockey.
Oh, just like they seem so nice. Like, but yeah, um, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Like it's literally Canadians. World War I would throw cans of food into the German trenches because they knew their logistics were fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they heard the cans of food opening, they would throw hand grenades because they knew where they're at now.
Is that a war crime or is that just smart?
It
It's a war
became a
crime
war
because
crime after they did it a few times.
I'm like they fed them.
I mean, yeah. Let me
After
see.
the first couple dudes got blown up, that cracked open the Lunchables. I'm not cracking open a Lunchable. I'm gonna grab mine and run.
After like 1915, so few army, like no other army, was rushing trench lines and getting into the melee there. Canadians still did it because they liked it. The only weirder thing about World War I was the United States literally weaponizing men's masturbation habits by giving a whole bunch of 18 through 21-year-old kids pump action shotguns.
Oh, but those are for trench fighting, right?
Yeah. Slam fire shotgun. Every time you pop that fucking pump back, it's going off. Hey, Kevin.
I think he's going over by. I don't care.
Yeah, but I do have a tournament match to go bump onto and get my ass kicked on.
But yeah, yeah. If you guys do, again, you can look me up on
FaceSpace, Instagram,
TikTok,
LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube.
TikTok. You can on the YouTube, but not so much. I haven't really, I'll be getting.
Well, you better be starting hitting up those community updates on there too.
Yeah.
Because 810's got see, Kevin knows. Anyway, because we have a decent sized following on the YouTubes. A lot of people hit that like, follow, and subscribe. They know you from the YouTube. So you better be putting your YouTube out there. Like, eventually just pop onto the morning bump from your phone that's connected to your YouTube and start commenting on there. Then people can track you down easy.
Man, see, but again, what's up?
From Chris Michaels.
Oh yeah, Michaels. Yeah. If you can inbox me, so I won't forget. I definitely need all the help I can get. So I'm okay with Canva. I'm just not. I don't speak fluent Canva. So I've got the pro version. I just my stuff's pretty lame, pretty basic. But yeah,
shit's good.
Yes, I see you over there. I'm thirsty.
Dude, I'm tasting. I'm tasting fruit punch, but it's just water. This Sir Cool, like it's the power of smell, and it makes me happy.
Canva Pro can generate like thousands of posts in one click. What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to start YouTube and more Canva videos. What?
Yeah. And then there's the program that I use, which can easily be linked to your YouTube, and I can just take a whole bunch of whatever the hell you put up, link it onto there, and it'll chop it up into shorts for you.
Yeah, no, that's the one that was it Ovid, not Ovid Pro, or what's it called?
I don't even remember right now.
Yeah, that's the one I use. Yeah,
that shit's nice.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I like that. So yeah, but yeah, again, Opus. That's it. Opus Pro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Opus. Yes, thank you, Chris. Yes, I knew it was something.
Yeah, I love that program. I need to get back on doing the shorts or the YouTube side again.
Yeah,
like after fighting my computer for, let me see, first the motherboard went down, then the cat threw up on the top, and it destroyed my 2080 graphics card, so I had to get a 3060. It's been like 3 months that I've been fighting my computer to work right. Now that it finally does, I can do it again.
This is what I wanted to talk about real quick. We already in trouble. We may.
Well,
I know you.
I'll text him. He's like Northern Irish, so he's probably drunk right now.
Mickey?
No, the guy that I was supposed to play.
Oh, I was about to text Mickey. No. So I was thinking, like, you know how like they ask you, or you get put on certain subcommittees or certain committees when as state reps. So I was thinking, like, what if I was thinking education, maybe recreation, or travel, recreation, and I'm gonna explain why. Maybe I don't know if it's prison reform or maybe I don't know. There a Parks and Rec committee?
No, when I ran,
I know that there's.
I was asked what I'd like to be on, and the two that popped up to me were the tax committee and the veterans committee. Those were the two big ones for me. Like, because anything that comes to that, if I had gotten elected, anything that comes to that tax committee, no. taxation is theft. Theft is illegal. No.
Right.
Oh, did you know that the IRS technically charges you taxes if you steal for a living? You follow the instructions. If you steal and you did not give the property back, you have to pay taxes on the fair market value.
That's like snitching on yourself. Why would you tell them that you stole?
Because the IRS has no legal commitment to turn you in. Their only legal commitment is to make money.
But
they don't tell the FBI.
No, that sounds nope.
No, they literally don't.
That's too many letters for me. IRS, FBI.
That's just like if politicians take a bribe, they have to pay. I think it's like 15% tax on that.
That should be 15% in years.
Yes, that is a thing. But if you make money, you have to pay the IRS that. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, they're taxing strippers.
Strippers got to pay taxes?
Yes.
Just they can't make it clap for the free.
No, just like a waitress, any restaurant you go to, if they make a certain
1099 or it was 1090 or 1090. Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you make a certain amount over in tips, you technically have to claim it. However, if it's in cash, they really have no way of knowing if you got it or not.
Don't know, like,
unless your boss snitches on you.
Especially when, like, at the bigger, I don't know. I've seen on the movies and the music videos. So I don't know. Me myself, I don't frequent those type of places. But what if there's just a big old gigantic amount of money and they just sweep it all into a bag and then they, like, how do you know how much money is in that big old bag? I don't know. I just have seen it done on the movie.
Like, I don't know. I will say I was in my young 20s once and frequented certain types of establishments, and I asked the ladies who worked there how they pay taxes, and their honest response was,
"Yeah, see, I bet it was."
So I mean,
I didn't do that good this year. I ain't paying payout yet.
I mean, look, outside a military base, I'm just gonna say the way they look, they weren't doing good any year.
I ain't made payouts yet. I can't.
I'm just saying, like, damn. Young soldiers are not smart with their money, and these women, they knew how to exploit the shit out of that.
But no, I wanted to real quick. The reason why I said maybe I don't know if there's a recreation committee or I know it's something to do with like travel or recreation or something like that.
Okay.
Because technically, we don't have anybody that's going to move into that big, nice building that was built, actually Capitol building. So what if we had somebody to come back and try to get a casino to come back? Or is that out of the question?
God, that would be the gambling commission.
Right, but that's not a committee though, right?
Mm-mm. It tied into the state legislature, but it's something right on the different and on the side. But okay. Yeah. Now that
I just was thinking like there's a big old building, and I just happened to be go ahead. Let me look.
I mean, it would. God, any casino that wants to move in there would end up spending more money than they would make in the first, I want to say, 5 years in just renovations to make it casino worthy.
But they ain't got to build a building.
They don't have to build the building, but it's bare on the inside, right? That is built to be a fucking warehouse. So concrete floors, nothing on top, straight pillars. And if it's built the way that I remember the one in Livonia built, there's a side entrance that is part of like a 2x2 office, or something like 40 feet by 40 feet. And then you have the main entrance up front where you go in, you hit some turnstiles. There's a break room off to the right before the turnstiles. After that, it's just straight open building for the entirety of it. Mm-hmm. So we're talking, God, I think it was a 50,000 square foot building. It was fucking massive.
Right. Craps and blackjack, and you could even put I don't even know.
Michael Clack, your state rep, but with blackjacks and hookers.
I don't gamble because I suck. I don't shoot dice. The only thing I might put a couple dollars on might be the Lions, or myself playing Madden, but I ain't played video games in so long. I'll be just donating. It just be practice with somebody else. But like as far as blackjack, I might throw a couple quarters in the slot machine.
I like blackjack.
I'm not good at that because I just after one time I played it, I thought it was me against them. No, it's us against the dealer, and I didn't know.
Look, I'm the type of asshole that's always going to split queens. I get 2 queens, split, double my bet, and then I'm trying to get blackjack on both of those. If you get 2 of the same card, you can split them and get another card onto each one of those. So you technically have 2 hands now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. And I'm going to try to get 21 on both those queens. So, just saying.
I'm going to try playing on my phone for her. But yeah. I don't really have nothing else to talk about.
No.
I was gone.
Like, so solutions to the problems, and I think we did hit on one decent solution today, which was there has to be some sort of penalty that governmental bodies in general will incur upon themselves if they choose to suspend someone. If they choose to remove an elected representative from speaking out for the people that they are elected to represent. In this case of the city of Flint, it should be monetary. That impacts the city of Flint monetarily. Right? Because now I have no one speaking up for me, no one bringing up my concerns on past laws, current laws, future laws, no one bringing up my concerns on the city and its management, or the infrastructure and its mismanagement, or even our policing situation or lack thereof. I have no one to talk on that. So then the city should be punished for me and the other residents of the 6th Ward, all 2,000-3,000 of us, now not having a voice. Because I know Dennis will listen, and I know Jerry will listen. Both of them are great people. But it isn't their job to, and their bias has to obviously be toward their own ward first and foremost.
Of course.
So I'm a man without a country at this point. And that's the same for the 1st Ward when they kicked Eric out. There should be some sort of, it should be a almost life or death situation for them where we either kick this person out for a month because of huge scandal, such as being investigated by the FBI for robbing several Toys R Us's, and let them sit aside and the FBI do their thing, and we take that financial penalty, or we just don't do it at all. Because in my mind right now, here's what's going to happen. They were going to play it with 4 seats. They were going to remove Eric, he comes back, remove Tanya, she comes back, then remove Jerry or Dennis, and then remove the other. Now there's only 3 of them. And they have to keep 2 of those 3 on there because we don't know if the new 1st Ward appointee is going to be studious. His attendance may be bullshit, or it might be good. And we already know Eva's is bullshit. And Dennis gets fed up with it. But they have to keep at least 2 of those there so they can try to make quorum. Okay, so they're just going to rotate him out. As soon as Tanya comes back, they're going to kick Dennis off for 30 days. And then as soon as Dennis gets back, they're going to kick Jerry off for 30 days. And then as soon as she gets back, they're going to give Tanya either another 30-day, or they might just go full Monty and give her a 90-day. Remember, because it isn't really a progressive thing. It's just on how they vote. They could say a 5-day suspension if they damn well pleased. So they're just going to do that to keep them punished, to keep their names besmirched, and also to keep all 3 voices from being voiced as little as possible. But they still have to make that balance of holding at least 2 of them on there so they can make quorum, so they can pass their bullshit agenda.
But see, the thing about that is, okay, that should be, illegal, or at least at the very least unethical in itself. But you can't go and start you can't go trying to silence,
especially because it's not on city time. Right. She ain't getting paid for her time while she's sitting on 810 and doing her community update.
But neither are you, and neither is Wentis, and neither is Mickey, and
But the city, it's the same way. Like if a boss tells you you have to answer your phone off work hours, unless they're paying for that phone, they can fuck off. So unless they're gonna start paying Tanya for her time outside city council, good morning, for her time outside of council, they shouldn't be able to try and dictate her time outside of city council. That's a no-go. That's a non-starter.
Right. But they don't. Here's the thing: if they don't dictate that time, I mean, you can't dictate that time when she's off council. But Councilwoman Bird is the same person that was filming the person that was running out the people's house with the stolen property. You know what I mean? Like she don't stop working.
No.
You know what I mean? Like she don't stop working.
I mean, she does that on her own initiative. Just because, like, I'm a 7-Eleven cashier, if I come in off shift and I start doing cashier shit, they're not going to pay me.
Right.
So, no, like, unless they're going to bump up her pay and then put her on salaried 24/7, 365 for the rest of her term, if she's not in that city council chambers, her time is her time, and they should have no say about it because all she's doing is exercising her First Amendment right and pointing out deficiencies and flaws that she sees in her co-workers, which is completely fine, legal, and fair. Just like folks in Congress can slander the shit out of each other all they want, or they can tell the truth on each other all they want, or this is just on a city level.
Right. And because I think you're the one that told me, because we or they are elected officials, people are subject to say whatever, and you just got to take it. You can't just be, suing people because, like it's going to take, like it's harder to prove slander or defamation when you're an elected official.
It's damn near impossible. So that was the entire point of the First Amendment, is for open and honest criticisms of your government without the threat of repercussion.
Yep.
Tanya, even though she is an elected official, can still have those same views upon other elected officials and should not suffer repercussions. Because she feels the same way I feel, the same way that most of Flint feels, that if you happen to take money from a company with a vested interest in the city of Flint, and then you happen to have a vote on that vested interest, you should either disclose it or recuse yourself. Neither of those happened. And then if you take gifts from them and you vote, that's considered a bribe. Right. Just because it goes to a nonprofit, I'm sorry to say, for the layman's and the people that like to watch without actually clicking in or just reading what I'm saying through, text because they don't want to click and they don't want to give us a view. Sorry to say, it still goes through as an interaction. You guys are just fucking dumb. Look up or Google indirect bribe. Don't worry, I'll have several examples of that Friday for you, so stay tuned.
I was looking into it, Chris. I'm not sure how successful it would be, but yeah, I just wish that people would spend the same amount of time, that they do watching and criticizing social media, that they do on the business of the city for everyone, not just their own organizations and people that have donated to them or supported them or however you want to look at it.
I've told Mickey this several times off air, but Liddell knows she's not going to win the next election. She's probably not even going to run. But the amount of money that the city's money, other people's money, as much of it as she could spend humanly possible on that fucking park, it has raised her property value. She's going to sell that home for a profit and then go back to either Maryland or go find another city to scam.
What has been done to the park except
all the cleaning, and then they've put in some new benches and shit like that. But just the fact that they've had several motions about beautifying it actually raises the property value of the areas around it.
You know which park this is, right?
Yeah. We drove by it. Yeah, I know. That on the far side, there was a burnt down building. Yes.
And here's the thing, and this is the part that makes it so difficult when you look at a beautiful new library and you look at ugly ass Central that's sitting right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like when you look out of the house and you look at the beautiful park, the beautiful park, but then you see the beavers right there that's burned down, and or like why not?
Yeah.
I just, it's like, we're going to be living in the parks in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
They may as well put some money and put them in the tents.
I mean,
and row house, not row houses, but dormitories with row beds and bunk beds and
barracks.
Barracks, yeah.
I mean, you know what? The Army has these really cool canvas tents that, if you just put everyone in a sleeping bag, I've been able to fit about 30 dudes in one with a potbelly stove. The winter may not be all that bad unless someone don't wash their feet.
That's like a bullpen without the sleeping bags. But yeah, no, I just like it's time for it's time for people to stop with the regular everyday program and get off that. And whether it's come to the school board, if you got a problem with what we're doing, please come down and tell us. You know what I mean? Like
respectfully,
even if you do it disrespectfully, it's your right to do. You know what I mean? Like you
just like when addressing city council, even though I have large problems with 6 of them, right? I still try to do it in a respectful manner, mainly because if I start saying, dropping a whole bunch of F-bombs and you're a crooked, lazy son of a, they ain't gonna listen.
Well, you hear it, but you might not like it.
Yeah, they'll hear it, but they won't listen to it, is the thing. And you never know, knowing city council, if you sneeze sideways and it sounds like asshole, they might kick you out.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, that's wrong. And you still have it's your right to come down and, you elected us, all elected officials, whether it be the school board, whether it be, the city council, state representative, the mayor, you got your right. That's your right to let them know, speak on, like, you are not fulfilling what you said that you were going to do. You are on some BS. You can say, like, if you feel like I'm on some BS, my number is everywhere. Don't really call me and tell me I'm on some BS, but, tell me. I'm saying
business hours are 9 to 5.
I tell me, I'd make corrections. I'm not going to double down on the BS. I'm going to make some corrections somewhere because I still would like to represent the people. I love these people. I love my people. So, anyway, I ain't got nothing else.
I think that wraps us up unless you want me to get on some like crazy history rants. The United States has more people who won the Congressional Medal of Honor and have cheated on eyesight test, especially from World War II.
I mean, you got to be able to see what's that one? That's the highest one, right?
Yeah.
So what do you
like?
You don't have to.
All right. So the movie Fury about the tank with Brad Pitt. Technically, that is a true story. However, the tank itself was named In the Mood.
That wasn't a Bradley, was it?
No, that was Sherman.
Sherman. Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyway, he got into a rather unfortunate wrestling or boxing accident and fucked up his eye, so he cheated on the eye exam and the physical, and he got let in, and then he won the congressional. Well, he didn't win; he was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. Ching Li, he was a battleship commander. He was technically blind, but still won Olympic gold medals for shooting. The Navy didn't want him, but he cheated on his eye exam. The most decorated air crew of World War II of all time, really, including the pilot who received a Congressional Medal of Honor, and the entire air crew received bronze and silver stars. The pilot, his vision was so bad, he was trying to give himself a caveman version of LASIK by staring at the sun, and he cheated on a vision test. Like, if there's one thing that I could tell children now, it would be never underestimate the value of cheating on a vision test.
Wait a minute. You got to stop right there. Stop it, please. Stop. Wait a minute. Don't look up at the ceiling no more like that. Please don't do it.
Sorry.
We know where that comes from.
Sorry.
Don't do it. Look at the camera. Look at me. Look at the TV. Not look up at the sky for long periods of time.
Never underestimate the impact you can have on history by cheating on an eye test. That's all.
Yeah, don't be doing that. Yeah, don't be doing that.
God, is that you?
No, you're looking the wrong way.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, don't do that because we know how they say other people look when they look up at the. Let's not do that.
She's just looking for flying monkeys. The Wicked Witch of Flint.
I just didn't want you to be,
You
I know some people talk about how they look up in the sky and they're like, well, look, he's looking up in the sky too.
I've got brain damage. Fuck you.
But yeah. All right, y'all. We've been on for almost, but we got 5 more minutes. Let's make it an hour and a half, an easy hour and a half.
Easy hour and a half. All right. And then we get quiet.
Yeah, I just started looking at what's up, Anna. I see everybody. Thanks, Mr. Catlett.
Miss Anna. It's Anna. You have to say it with that, Anna. I listen to the morning bump. She's a lady of class, you see.
Hey,
Anna.
I make a motion. I make a motion that Winters do the entire bump in the morning in Mr. Joe King voice. Like, can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Can I get a
let's
second?
See how the chat votes.
The entire show.
Oh man. Joe King. Not standing on business, but falling over. God, that's like Quincy leaning on business.
Can anybody in the chat give a second about the Joe King voice? The whole bump in Mr. King voice.
Dude, we're gonna have to come up here with like honey and lemon juice because her throat's
that
gonna
would be. I would die laughing. I swear that would be the funniest. That would be historical right there. What happened?
I don't know. You kicked it.
No, I didn't.
Lost connection to camera. All right. Well, it looks like we are. Hit the refresh.
I did. Hey, what's up, y'all? I don't know what we did.
He broke it. Now Mickey's gonna come up here and kick my ass.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess it's time to
run and lock my doors because he knows where I live.
I guess it's time to end the show because unless you, yeah. So, y'all can still hear us?
Yeah. Fuck him.
Oh, Anna said it's still live. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know what I just did. That's why I don't know what I just did. Yeah, but anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in today. If you want, there is a school board meeting tonight that we're going into closed session.
It's talking about people's wages.
Actually, well, okay. Look, I'm finna.
Don't.
You almost
just always leave it as.
Almost had me.
Just always leave it as we're talking about people's wages.
But yeah, it's nothing major going on today, as far as I know. But yeah.
What he's not telling you is that he's actually going to get in a boxing match back there, and they just don't want to advertise it.
I ain't fighting. Not at the meeting. But anyway, you done?
Uh-huh.
All right, me too. Thanks for it'll be on I'm sorry, it'll be on YouTube.
The YouTube.
It'll be on YouTube, Flint Community Schools. I'm not sure. I actually had it'll be 5:30 closed session, so I'm not sure. Don't worry about that. I did it. But yeah, thanks y'all. Peace.
Later.